Okay, so question is, do you now see a triple top on Bitcoin? And if you read Weinstein's book, which I still reread parts of it, the bigger the time frame for a chart. So here's like a few months or something. The more meaningful it is, right? Whereas this triple tops it left, top, right, and if you were to draw a line, I won't do it because all my drawings will come back on. But you could draw it from here across like that. And so right when it crossed here, it's always clear in hindsight, okay? But this was where you wanted to be out of Bitcoin, which is where you talked about it. And if you were smart, and you can see, this is what I discovered on shorting, is when it comes back up to like a key moving average and it bounces off it, okay? Like here it was the 100-day, 150-day. That's where you could short Bitcoin too. But regardless, uh, so chances are it's going to be, look at this top right here. So just it's like an inverted base in this case. Well, you could argue that was the line right there. That's why this is art. I've never drawn it like that. You can see. Um, right. So every time it touches, gets through. That's the end. This is a pretty big one. December 2022. It's 2 years. Um, you don't really have a double top here. This is a lot higher than this one. I guess this sort of weird looking triple top, but if you were buying here, selling out here, you lost a lot of your gains, right? But like 30, 40%. But there's other places you sell if you've read the book. And I don't think it lines up always. Um, like in this massive run up and across the trend line. Okay. But it's tricky. Then you want to get back in here maybe. But anyways, there's the bottom. But it didn't last long. Anyways, Uh, like I've said, there's a base inverted head and shoulders, right? Left, bottom, right. That's where you get back into Bitcoin potentially. At different places. Um, but at the current rate, I could see it like coming back up and then maybe coming down again like this. So just draw it here. Maybe come up to touch one of the moving averages again. It could just go sideways and drop. It could go like this again as these come down here. So those are potential paths, and I'll watch for them. But hopefully it does this. Although I suspect, let me. Is your room clean? So interesting enough, Bitcoin has crossed this. I use logarithmic. Think about it. If I draw the line like this, it's never really crossed it in the history, which is pretty interesting. Maybe Bitcoin's finally slowed down. Maybe it's done for a long time. I don't know. Um, so if we were to say that every time majors goes up and comes back down, that it doesn't ever go below these previous major low points, it's probable then that it could stop, maybe, well, somewhere, between here and here. But by then it will have lost, what was it, 85%? Like I said, it does it all the time, 85%, 85%. And then look for the bottom. So, um, and if it comes down like this to here and goes up and comes back down, then we have a triple top on a multi-year. You see this right here? So, but that could take many, many more months to play out.